If you had to guess,
This ought to be good.
how many times would you think that an animal has been elected as mayor in the U.S.?
In America?
In America.
Oh, Jesus. Oh. I'm going to go 125.
Wow. Yeah, you blew right past it. It hadn't been that bad.
I don't have, I really don't have faith in the American electoral system sometimes. So if I'm a bit jaded, I apologize. Right. Continue, Ralph. How many?
Well, let's count them off, shall we?
We shall. Let's hit it.
In 1938, in Milton, Washington, a brown mule made it as Republican, a Republican candidate, winning 51-0. Boston Curtis. That's his name. Boston Curtis was the mule that won.
Well, should have been a Democrat since a donkey is the mascot. But,
well,
you know,
I assume that had something
to anyway,
right.
So I get it.
Lajitas, Texas. They had an election that included an actual candidate named Tommy Steele. I don't think he was a porn star. A trading post wooden Indian, a dog named Buster, and a goat named Clay Henry.
Those were the candidates.
Yes.
Who won?
The goat by a landslide. And in Lajitas, Texas, goats have been mayors ever since.
Wow.
That's right.
By a landslide.
By a landslide. And there's never been a non-goat mayor since.
Well.
In Sunol, California, from 81 to 94.
When was it?
81 to 94. The elected mayor was Bosco the dog, a black Labrador Rottweiler mix.
Man, those Rottweilers, if you get in a meeting with them, they could be mean.
He must have been a good mayor because I feel like that's not a single term.
Well, I know, right? I wonder what his education policy was.
And if you think that's already too much, all elected mayors of Rabbit Hash, Kentucky
have been
dogs.
Come on, seriously, the name's right there.
I know. But dogs have a background. It's maybe they have a lot of qualified dogs.
Well,
and
maybe
no qualified rabbits.
Catching rabbits. Maybe that's what it is. They're trying to catch rabbits.
There you go.
What else we got?
In 1997.
97
in Talkeetna, Alaska.
Okay.
Mayor was a cat named Stubbs.
I can believe it.
Oh, and it gets better.
Oh, Jesus.
2014, he was a write-in candidate for the Senate race.
A cat named Stubbs?
Yes.
Funny thing you mentioned about Alaska. Do you know Alaska's is very conservative. It's a very conservative state. I guess in the House of Representatives, there has been a person in the House of Representatives that has been there since they became a state.
Wow.
And I guess this year he's not, he's either dead or not running anymore, but there are like 100 different candidates. And I guess one of the candidates is from a town in Alaska called North Pole, Alaska. And it is the most, I guess, one of the most conservative cities in Alaska. Wow. And they have elected a guy for that's going to run for the House of Representatives, who has been on their city council, who has legally changed his name to Santa Claus from North Pole, Alaska.
Interesting.
And he is a Democratic socialist in a conservative town. how does a Democratic Socialist get elected in a highly conservative place?
He turns into Santa Claus.
Because your name's Santa Claus?
Right.
How do you vote against Santa Claus? Really?
Apparently
Can you imagine if this dude gets elected to the House of Representatives?
Okay.
Ho ho ho!
I think we've seen a trend that animal mayors are either goats, cats, or dogs.
Yes.
So
And one
far,
mule.
we
one
haven't
mule.
seen any. Well, and one mule, but that was back in 1938. Since then, it's all
Different
been goats,
times.
dogs, and cats. So, what do you think if you had to guess the town of Idlewild, California? Which animal did they vote in for mayor in 2020?
Idlewild. A frog.
No, it's one of the big three.
One of the big three.
Yeah, dog, cat, or goat.
I'm going to go dog.
You're right. It is a golden retriever named Max, and he was elected mayor for life.
Mayor for life.
Yeah, lifetime mayor.
How do you run shit past him? Okay. 2 barks for yes. 1 bark for no.
I heard he'll do anything for a treat. So.
Oh, that's true. Lobbyists. Goddamn lobbyists.
There you go. Cormorant, Minnesota, in 2014. What was the animal?
Of the big three?
Of the big three.
Of Minnesota, you said.
Cormorant, Minnesota.
I am going to go with goat.
No, it was another dog. A dog named Duke, 7 years old, won the election, became the new mayor of Cormorant, Minnesota in 2014.
In 2014. Nice.
So here we have the town of Omena, Michigan in 2018. 2018. What was the animal?
Big three?
Big three.
I'm going to go cat this time.
It is cat. A cat named Sweet Tart was voted as mayor of Omena, Michigan in 2018, July 2018.
I think there's a cat in Athens that could get elected mayor.
It should try.
Well, they had at the Board of Elections in Athens, they have a cat in there named Pumpkin. And Pumpkin's got his own Instagram and Facebook page, and he's got like thousands and thousands of followers. Oh, wow. I bet if they put Pumpkin on the ballot down in Athens, Ohio, that Pumpkin would win. I'm talking to you right now.
I'd love to see that.
Ohio, put Pumpkin on the ballot. There we go. Just saying.
Okay. Now we're in the town of Fairhaven, Vermont. It's March 2019. Which one of the big three was elected mayor?
Vermont, they love their dogs. It's a dog.
It's a goat.
It's a goat.
3-year-old Nubian goat named Lincoln.
Must have been a dairy producing town.
But Lincoln defeated a dog named Sammy by 2 votes.
Are there a lot of people that just did not want to run? So that's like, hey, let's put the goat and the dog. You can see who wins. Well, unless you're just like a group of freaking anarchists that don't give a shit. Like, okay, we can do better with just a dog or a goat as mayor.
Right. Or maybe the legal voting age is 5.
Oh, I like the puppy.
Exactly. Okay. This is our last one.
All right.
So, Georgetown, Colorado, February 2020. Which of the big three?
Ooh. In the midst of the pandemic. Oh. In 2020.
Georgetown, Colorado.
They elected a cat.
A dog, a Bernese Mountain Dog. He was voted the honorary mayor of Georgetown.
Well, there you have it, folks. Now, if you're running a dog for president, here's what I want to know. You have to be 36 years old to run as for president, does that mean in dog years you have to be 36, or does the dog actually have to be 36?
I don't know. I am assuming it has to be dog years
So it'd have to be a 6-year-old dog at least
because an
to
actual
run.
36-year-old dog would
That's
probably
impossible.
never have any idea where he was.
But like some of the like Reagan,
Right.
do people do this just to make a mockery of the system? Is that what you think, or
Sometimes they do it because they're bored.
and it's funny?
Yeah,
Hey,
somebody does,
this is the gas, man. I just wonder when if you're going to do that and make a mockery of the system, what do you go? You go, okay, what's our best choice here, and how to get them on the ballot? How does someone even put that on the ballot? What hoops you have to jump through?
I don't know.
Maybe you and I should run for office.
Well, I was going to say, should we try this?
You don't have to have an age limit to run for mayor. You see 18-year-olds winning mayoral spots all the time, which is kind of odd, but because I teach 18-year-olds and I'm like, okay, probably not your best choice here, people.
Right. Yeah, we need to find someone who's willing to let their animal run for mayor, and just to see how you'd go about it.
And what if we solely use social media as the platform for the candidacy too? Just make propaganda posters. Vote for Fluffy for U.S. Senate district such and such.
I would make for that cat the best commercials.
That would be awesome.
I would totally enjoy that. I think in the right town, we would have a chance. Would totally have a chance to get that goat, dog, cat, whatever.
I'm thinking where I am, if we ran like in my school district, if we could run an animal, there's enough people there that would think that was absolutely hilarious and do that.
We just have to find a good candidate.
We're talking about running an animal. What kind of do we want? One that just doesn't attack people? Is that what we were looking for?
That's the thing. It's got to be presentable. If it's dogs, got to be a good boy. Because if we get an animal who's poorly behaved or attacks people, nobody's going to want that animal as mayor. And I don't want to have to teach somebody how to become a prime political candidate.
I get it.
Time that we would have.
How do you teach a cat? Because cats.
Oh, that would be impossible. That'd be impossible. Yeah, with a cat, you definitely have to find a good cat. A cat that doesn't want to destroy your wicker or sneak up behind people and sink their teeth into their ankle.
Yeah, someone that claws their back of their leg or anything like that.
I mean, I've got a cat that, while I was fully standing up, jumped through the air and landed on my shoulders. That's not a good political candidate right there.
That's true.
You got to be able to rein it in, and that cat cannot rein it in.
We'd have to have a screening process.
I agree. We have to meet the candidates.
Interview the candidates.
Right.
What party would we have to call it?
They would have to run in their own party, I would think. So we'd have to come up with something. It kind of depends on who we pick too. Is it going to be a dog? Going to be a cat? Is it going to be a goat? I don't know these things.
How about a pig?
I don't know. Pigs are
really, really smart.
Pigs are really smart, and they can be good, but they can also be dicks. I don't know if you've been around many pigs.
Oh yeah, I've been around some pigs.
Pigs as pets they get spoiled so quick, and they act terribly.
Mm-hmm.
So a pig sounds like a hard one for me.
What if
I
we
think
called
we
it
should
the
stick with the big three. There's a reason the big three keep
big
getting
three?
voted
That's true.
in.
But have you ever been with a goat? Those things are ill mannered too.
They are, but maybe it's an older goat. You
Mm,
know, he's tired of his jumping about ways and headbutting
that's true.
people,
What if
whatever.
it was one of those fainting goats?
I don't know if that doesn't. I don't think fainting goats inspire uh, trust
No,
or
that's true.
reliability
Or strength.
or strength. Not at
Strength of
all.
character. I know. You get startled and you fall over and your heart stops. That's it. I think I've got a name for the party though. We could
What's that?
call it the Orwellian party.
We could do that. Um, Although Orwellian doesn't exactly inspire positive thoughts in people either.
Now, people,
So
here's the thing. Here's the thing. Stick with me for a second.
okay.
Uh, if people are voting for an animal, I don't think they really. I think they're going to see the humor and irony in the Orwellian party.
I don't know, man. You still have to sell it. Just
That's
because it's
true.
not a person doesn't mean you don't have to sell it.
Oh, I get it. I get it.
So you
If
you
we're
want
going to
to
make a
you,
farce,
you want
if we're
to
going to make it, if we're going
you
to
want
make
to
a
keep the
statement
thoughts
out of this, we got to
positive.
make a statement.
Like something about ice cream. People like ice cream.
Oh, that's true.
Animals like ice cream. So
Mm.
anytime that we showed that goat slash dog slash cat eating ice cream, then it
It would
would
be
be an
chocolate
endorsement of the
ice cream
party as well. Not chocolate. It had to be vanilla.
because
We have
it's
to make
not
sure
good
they're
for the
not
animal.
lactose intolerant because
That's
my
true.
cat is lactose intolerant. If she licks
All
ice
cats
cream,
are. Do you know most cats are lactose intolerant?
that's what I've heard, which is crazy. So they we
Tom and
couldn't
Jerry steered me wrong all these years.
we couldn't have a cat just guzzling ice cream and then vomiting because that wouldn't look good for the party.
Froyo, they could do Froyo.
But that's a trademark, so we
Mm.
can't exactly use that. Although
Uh,
we could replace the ice cream with froyo, we couldn't let it get out that we did that because we'd have a scandal on our hands.
that's
But
true.
but if we hit it well, then I think that'd work.
I think most people could be fooled with that.
We could rent an ice cream truck and we'd go out with a big vote for, a picture of our candidate and the candidate's name.
We could bring back the ice cream social,
Oh, I
the
like
ice
it.
cream socialist party.
There you go. You're a genius. That is fantastic. The ice cream socialist party. I like it. I
I
like
like
it.
that too.
So we have the name of the party. We just have to find
You got to
the
find the right
candidate.
animal.
Right. So
I'm
keep an
down.
eye out. I mean, if you see an extra good boy, a good doggo,
Ladies and gentlemen that are watching us right now, if you have a good doggo, let us know. Maybe we'll use your dog as our next candidate for the ice cream socialist party running in your neck of the woods.
if you want to tell us about your dog and see if your dog or cat or goat would be eligible to be a good candidate for mayor in your town, let us know. And we just in the meantime we're going to figure out what you have to do to be mayor of
That's
your
right.
town
I'm
or
going to
any
start
town.
researching this.
Yeah, let's see what goes into this because it might cost us a lot of money. I don't know. I've never run an animal for mayor before, so let's look into it and see what we can find
Okay, I'll
and
see
see
what I
if
can.
anyone
I'll
has
look into.
a good enough animal who's photogenic, who who loves everyone. You know,
He's just good animal, loving,
absolutely,
cute, cuddly.
very cuddly. They have to be very cuddly.
Oh, absolutely.